Hi, it's Grant Pintorici with AnglingAuthority.com. I'm at the Spring Fishing and Boat Show, and I'm here with Nick Tamburo from Freedom Tackle Corp. Nick's got some really cool new hybrid jigs that he wants to tell us about. Go ahead, Nick.
Grant, thanks for having us. What we've done here is we've taken the jig that everyone's used for 40 or 50 years, but the hook has always been embedded in the lead. The beauty behind ours now is that we have an internal connection that allows the hook to move freely from your lead. The beauty behind this is not only the action you get off it, but there's two key positives that you get from our product. The first one is that hook acts like a circle hook. So no matter how you set that hook now, that hook's going to find meat in the fish's mouth. We have a few tournament guys fishing it this year in the FLW. That's good and bad. Bad because they're not going to tell anyone yet because they want to see if they make some money. The good news is that they haven't lost a fish. And the key behind that now is that the fish no longer has leverage, can't throw that hook or make the hole bigger in its mouth. So we've taken this concept and done it to 4 different styles of jigs. We have our swim bait here, which is the bullet head. We have a flipping jig, a ball jig, and a football jig that we call the rope. All our baits have this internal brass echo chamber with a 300-pound stainless steel wire through construction.
Cool. And now, how does this? Now, I've seen other jigs on the market that have the moving hook. How does this jig differ from the competitor?
Well, what we've done is we worked on many prototypes, and what we found with the external connection was that sometimes when you cast it, it actually catches up on its line. So we wanted to make sure that connection was internally, so it doesn't allow that hook to catch up on itself. Second, we wanted that connection to be buried so that you can't catch up on weeds, anything that might get caught up under the water. We wanted to prevent that from happening on the jig head.
Okay. And the one other thing I noticed that was different about this jig was the brass. There's like a brass insert here.
Correct.
How does that brass insert improve the performance of the jig?
Well, the difference, the benefits of having brass and why we use brass is that it actually makes noise underwater.
Cool.
Compared to lead, which is very dense, basically no noise comes off that when it hits structure at the bottom. With brass, and I'll show you in the tank in a minute, you can actually hear that echo noise coming off of it.
Cool. So it's almost like having rattles built in.
Correct, even louder.
Cool. And the removal is quite easy. You just give it a twist.
Correct.
And you can actually
follow the wire all the way out, all the way around.
There you go. And you can actually change the hook.
Correct.
To if an angler prefers a straight shank.
Correct. Correct.
An offset hook or anything like that, or even a different size if they're using a smaller bait.
Correct. What I always found as being a fisherman was that you always go to the store and you can never find that right jig head with the embedded hook that matched the plastic that I wanted to use. So the beauty behind it now is that you have a certain plastic that you like, and there's a certain style of hook that matches that plastic for your presentation. You have the beauty now to change that hook out to compensate the plastic.
That's really cool.
So what we've done here is on our stealth model, the beauty behind what we've done is that you can actually use the plastic to make it completely weedless. This was featured on Fishful Thinking with Charlie Ray. He was using this to catch monster pike. The beauty behind this is that he was able to cast this product in areas where he couldn't get anything else into, and rip it through the weeds, catch some of the biggest pike, and increase the numbers that he caught. What we've done here on our stealth model that is included in all our packages is that you've all seen a bait holder before. These are always embedded in the lead. As a fisherman, I never like that because what can happen is the fish can come up behind, feel the plastic and release, or for you actually to set the hook or take the strike, that plastic has to be ripped off that bait holder so you can set the hook. How many times you get your bait back to the boat and it looks like that? Well, what happens, your plastic gets ripped out of that bait holder. You either got to bite that plastic off, cut it back, and rerun it through your hook. But the beauty behind ours now, because that's flexible on the shank of the hook, you can do this all day with a little bit of tension. That hook's exposed. And now when that plastic gets ripped, it actually moves along the shank of the hook, not allowing that plastic to rip. Release the fish, bring your plastic back, and you're ready to go. More time in the water means more chances of catching bigger fish.
I think this is a really cool jig. I think that it's very innovative, and it's definitely gonna help anglers, give them the extra edge when they go fishing. It's a really cool product, and I think it's going to really catch some fish. Thanks, Nick.
Awesome, thank you.